This is the only dispensation where the good guys win. And the good guys and gals win in spectacular fashion, ushering in the millennial reign of the Savior and rolling up the earth into the celestial kingdom. I mean, the win is so huge in this dispensation, but this is the only one in which good triumphs ultimately.
Isn't it fascinating that Joseph, he really, really gets excited about the dispensations and the dispensation heads through the history of time? And there are lots of dispensations, but the 7 that he keeps coming back to repeatedly are Adam, Enoch, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus himself, and then the 7th dispensation, the dispensation of the fullness of times, which is ours. You have all of these apostasies that have occurred with these falling aways that have taken place. And there's only one other dispensation that didn't end in a complete apostasy, although once Enoch's city is translated, the rest of the world is left in an apostasy. And it's fascinating that that is what is on Joseph's mind more than anything right now is, I want to do what Enoch did.
And the Lord is putting it on Joseph's mind through multiple ways, through the Joseph Smith translation, through this command to gather. And the theme of building Zion is a continuing theme throughout this dispensation. It's going to occupy much of Joseph's time. It's going to move the church again after Kirtland into Zion, into Missouri. And it's a continuing theme. And today we are still seeking to build Zion where? In the stakes of Zion. We're trying to build Zion in the stakes. And so as we look at these verses, there's just some wonderful, wonderful things in here. Section 38 is one of those sections, I think, that you can skim across the top, but if you'll take just a minute and wade in a little bit, there's some really cool things in this section.
Now keep in mind that the magnitude of the day in which you and I live. Keep in mind that what God is now doing with this small handful of quite frankly, poor farmers and other, tradesmen in frontier America, what he's not trying, but what he is going to do with them eventually is what Enoch did with one city. And keep in mind, timing is difficult when it comes to the far back in the Old Testament time frame. But the biblical account gives Enoch 365 years to create Zion in one city. You'll notice what God is now doing in the dispensation of the fullness of times. What was accomplished in one city, like Ken was saying, where do you gather? It's not gathered at one city. It is here at this stage of the church, but today it's gathered to the stakes across the world. God is turning this Zion concept into a global concept, not a one city, one location ideal.